Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're gonna look at two guitar pedals compared with each other. I just got this one. This is the BBE Sonic Stomp Mini. I had the old, bigger Sonic Stomp before. This is the mini version that you can fit on your pedal board and, it saves space. That's why it's such a small size. Comparable to some of Exotic's pedals. This is the SP's compressor. I like the small size, it lets me fit many pedals on my board. So I'm guessing a lot of people will like this new edition because, yeah, you can just fit more pedals on your board and stuff. It's a good size. A lot of people know about the BBE Sonic Stomp pedal, which has been out for a while now. It adds a little bit of processing to your guitar effect chain, to your guitar signal. And the reason why you might have it is because it just adds a little bit more sparkle or chime to your guitar sound. So it's a very, very subtle effect. A lot of people have compared it to an equalizer effect that's already been set for you in a predetermined way. So it's like kind of like a preset equalizer. So a lot of people just always leave this pedal on. And the reason I wanted to do this comparison is because I have just got this new pedal. This other pedal here, actually both of these I got this one, but this one I had the old version as well. This one is haven't really tried it before. Just played around with it for a few hours, but this is the Dunlop Echoplex EP101 preamp. This is based off of the Maestro Echoplex preamp, which some people know that Eddie Van Halen and Jimmy Page and Eric Johnson use in their setups to give them a better sound. It kind of colors their sound, and they like that. So what Dunlop has done is take this effect out and put it into a standalone pedal here, the EP101. Now they also have another pedal, the EP103, which is the actual echo effect, the actual delay. And I'm guessing if you put this one together and combine it with the EP103, then it can reproduce the whole Echoplex unit, I guess. So yeah, for me, I already have the Keeley magnetic. I already have a delay, the Keeley magnetic echo, so I don't really need the EP103. But yeah, I'm guessing if people want to reproduce the whole Maestro Echoplex effect chain, then you would have this one, the preamp, with the EP101, which is the echo and delay. There's also a bunch of other manufacturers and makers that produce their Echoplex clone, I guess. Catalan Bread, Bella Epoch, that's another one that I've tried before. I didn't like it because it was really, really noisy in my chain. The actual effect is really good, and a lot of people have given good reviews to it, the Catalan Bread. But for me, for some reason, it just adds a lot of extra noise to my chain. I don't know why it was adding so much noise, but I removed it and replaced it with the Mag Echo, and yeah, it's a lot better. So I don't know what happened there. Otherwise, the effect itself is actually really good. It's just for some reason it adds a lot of extra noise to my chain, which I didn't like. So yeah, the Catalan Bread and Bella Echo combines the Echoplex preamp with the echo effect. Then there's a few others like the clinch effects. I believe Chase Tone makes one. Of course, you have the Exotic EP booster, which also colors your tone in a similar way to the Echoplex preamp. The difference is that while this one does have a gain control, it doesn't have as much gain as the Exotic EP. The Exotic EP, I believe, adds like 20 decibels of boost. This one adds only about 11. But this one is, I think, more true to the color sound, whereas the Exotic EP booster is kind of like inspired by the Echoplex tone, but it's not exactly the same as the Echoplex preamp tone. Whereas this one is exactly the preamp tone, I believe. So this one is the more original sound. So yeah, I want to compare these two pedals because both of them are pedals, and both of these pedals are effects that you might add anywhere in your chain and it will affect your tone very, very subtly. And they color your tone in very, very subtle ways that you might not notice. But it does add a little bit of it does add a little bit of something to your tone, right? It's just not as noticeable as, say, an overdrive or distortion or something, but it will color your tone, and it is a little bit noticeable. So it's just very, very subtle. So I do want to compare these two pedals. You can leave them both on pretty much permanently in your chain if you wanted to, because since they're so subtle, and a lot of people do. A lot of people just leave the Echoplex preamp on forever in their chain and the Sonic Stomp forever in their chain. So I do want to compare these two effects. How are they similar? How are they different? Right now I'm playing through a Swart Atomic Junior tube amp, and I'm using a Fender Telecaster Thin Line Deluxe, so I have humbuckers. This is the raw tone that I have without any effects engaged. As you can see, I have a pedal board here. I don't have any effects engaged right now. It's just running through the chain. Now most of my pedals are true bypass, so you will see the unfiltered tone, except for this looper here and my tuner, which adds a little bit of buffer, but the rest of my pedals are true bypass, so this is pretty much as original as you'll get with my effects chain here. I do have a pretty long one. So just play a few licks without the pedals turned on. Now I'm using both the neck and bridge humbuckers, both of them on together. That's the middle position. I'm going to turn the Sonic Stomp on. Check this one out first. These two dials here. One is for process, which I guess is the amount of the processing effect that goes into the signal. The other one is a low contour, which I guess is curving out the low end. So I leave it on almost always at the 12 o'clock position. But for example, I'm going to just show you just all the process right now. So this is no low contour, all process. So as you can see, it adds a little bit of treble. Well, actually adds a lot of treble to my tone. It's definitely more chimey, more sparkly. Now let's just check out the low contour here. Roll that one down. Just check out what does the low contour do. Now it's the same lick. It feels like rolling back the tone control on my guitar. Like it reduces the amount of treble. Okay, now let's have a bit of both. This is how I usually do it. Just add halfway process, halfway low contour. Okay, so effect turned off. You can see how it sounds. Effect turned on. Very, very subtle effect. You will see an increase in the amount of, I guess, high end and a little bit of low end as well. Now if I turn them up both to max, you can see a big difference in effect. So again, unprocessed. Turn it on. Yep, as you can see, a big increase in the highs and lows. Right, I leave it in the middle so it's more subtle. Now compare this to the Dunlop Echoplex preamp here. Turn this one on, I'm having the gain. If you turn off the gain, actually, I think that, yeah, you won't really produce much volume. But turn it up to half, and you can go up to only 9, I believe. though it should go up to 11 since there's 11 decibels. Okay, now this one's supposed to color your tone as well. Alright, let's start with it off just a little bit. Okay, now turn it on. Okay, let's turn it up to full, dime it to 9. Definitely a lot louder. Let's keep it at 6 actually, I think this is good. So a little bit of coloration, you might not notice it that much, but it's there. So everything sounds like, yeah, there is definitely a change in tone. I can't, maybe some frequencies are boosted or something. I don't know exactly which ones, but you can hear a difference for sure. Now, what I usually do is I combine these two. If I combine them both, this is how it looks like. How it sounds like. Now once again, with both of these two off, you can hear a difference. Turn both of these on. So yeah, it definitely sounds brighter, chimier with both of these turned on. Out of the two, I think the Sonic Stomp is more noticeable if you roll it out. But the Echoplex is, I think, more subtle. The coloration is more subtle than the Sonic Stomp. So if you roll up the gain, it's very similar to Clean Boost, but it's not exactly like a Clean Boost. There is a little bit of coloration, and you can notice it, but it's not as noticeable as, for example, the Exotic EP Booster. Now that one is more noticeable. This one is a very, very subtle coloration. But yeah, if you're looking for like a good clean boost that also colors your tone in a good way, then you can try out the Echoplex EP101 by Dunlop. And if you want to add a little bit of chime and sparkle to your tone, just like basically keep the dynamics of your tone, but just make it more, then yeah, you can check out the BBE Sonic Stomp Jr., which will also save space on your pedal board. And that's it. Yeah, these two pedals, you can leave it on pretty much all the time. And yeah, I think it both do some good benefits for your tone. And a lot of people use it. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and subscribe if you like these kind of videos. I'll keep making more of them as I get more pedals and more music equipment in. That's it. Another thing is the price. Both of these units are around $100 if you can find it online. So they're around the same price, not too expensive. So you can add one or both of them to your chain without worrying about money or going bankrupt. So that's it. Yep, check them out.